Hello and welcome. We're going to walk through the new Assign To feature. Now, in Canvas guides, I did a little research to see if I could find something on Assign To, but it kept trying to guide me to assignments. The great thing about the Assign To feature is that you can apply that to any page, announcement, module, and any item that's an assessment. For example, a quiz, discussion, or an assignment. So let's say, for instance, you have a student who is pregnant, and they're going to need to have the module open to them before everyone else gets to see it. So let's move to week here, let's say. All right, so maybe, emergency, they have to go in, or they already have their due dates and everything scheduled. What you can do is go into your module, say week 4, find the 3 dots, the more options dots here, and then go ahead and scroll to the, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th item or the 5th option in that tab is the Assign To. It has a little icon with a person and then a lock on it. So when you click on that, what you could do is an Assign To, and then let's see, I don't have any Stephanies, but let's say Liam. Let's say Liam is pregnant. So what you do is you assigned that week that hasn't come up yet to Liam, and you save. What that means is that now only Liam will be able to go in and work the module, the weekly module, while they're out. Could be for surgery, it can be for any emergency. I use the pregnancy thing because that always kind of stumps me. Now, and then you notice on the bottom of that little area there, and I'm going to try to zoom in so you can see that, there is now a little view assigned to with a little icon of 2 people. Now, the reason that can help is that we might set an Assign To and then forget, once we actually get to week 4, to come back in here, to click on the Assign To, and then switch it back to everybody. That's important. If you don't switch it back to everybody, then you're going to get a lot of emails saying, hey, I can't get into the locked module. So that is a way to let a student come into the module before everyone else. Now, let's say that you had a quiz. It could be a similar thing. Maybe this is a person who needs, well, if it's a person who needs an additional time on their quiz, then really you would go in to moderate this quiz, like for DSPS. And then you would just go in here and then you would give them an additional attempt, or you could edit, give them, an extra attempt. You can give them an extra 20 minutes. So that's how you deal with this in terms of DSPS, and then you would save. Let's see, let students see the results one more time. Yes, sure, why not? Manually unlock the quiz for the next attempt. No, not necessary for this. Save. Now, of course, that this student later on will see that they have an extra 20 minutes. They might not even notice. So, and an extra attempt, that's okay. I don't really have to go and change that. Let's see. So that's what you would do with the quiz. But let's say that you want to assign to and have this student have a different, like come back to the quiz again. So then you can go ahead and add, there's a little add button, and then there's a new Assign To feature here. And so let's say Liam, we're going to let Liam then have the due dates. I always keep the same unless it's this circumstance where no, there isn't anything like that. The due dates I always maintain the same, just because it helps later on when I turn this quiz into a new semester, that I won't have that issue with my my due dates and times. Okay, so that's 10 p.m. Later we can go into why 10 p.m. Available, I'll still make that available the same time. You don't have to. If you want to change it so that nobody else can get to the quiz until a certain time, but you're letting one student access the quiz early, then you can do that. This is where it would make a difference. The until date and until time can change so that you could give them a whole week if they were out for whatever reason, an accident. I always keep all of my due dates and my close dates at 10 because I want to be in bed at that time. and then you can save. Let's say later on something happens for another person. Well, then you can go ahead and add, let me see, why didn't it like this? Lock date, oh, August, that's why. See, and okay, so that's another thing. With the new assign to, if you put in a date that's not correct, it won't even let you save it. And you'll wonder, why can I save? Why can I save? And this is a perfect example. It kept August. So if you're using the calendar, just make sure that it is that it did change it to another month or the real date that you want. So then we could save this here. Now, let's say that you have the answer key to this. We'll go back into our module. Oh, no, we don't have to go back into modules. Let's say that we'll go up one page. Let's say that this is the answer key. It's a page. Before you couldn't, well, you could put a to-do on a page, and that would just flag a to-do on the calendar, and then Canvas calendar, and then also on the to-do list on the home page. It would actually send a notification or show up as something soon to do. But you couldn't really put a due date or an available date. So here what you would do is assign to, let's pretend this is the answer key. Now, everybody will have this, whenever you think it's already going to be the time to do this. But let's say that you have, what would be that circumstance? And Fred, you gave me the best scenario, and now I kind of am tweaking it a little bit. So let's see, when would that happen? You have a student who's going to get an extension or has to take the quiz at a different day. You don't want to release the answer key to everyone else because there's still 2 or 3 people who need to take the quiz. So what you can do is make this available time later. So let's say we'll use Liam as an example. Liam's not going to take the quiz until this week, where you could go ahead and release the answer key just to him. So we're going to change this instead of everyone. It's going to be Liam. And the answer key will be released whenever you want. I normally leave it early in the morning. Now, let's say that you don't want this page to just be there open because it's the answer key. You actually want to have it closed. Then you can use the until date here and then close it, whenever it is that you want to close it. Let me see. Well, let me do that September. And then it will close. And then that means that you'll just have to send a message to your student letting them know, all right, the answer key, or to all of the students, will be open for a week. If you don't want it just there kind of floating open the whole time. And then you would save. Now, in this case, I'm not going to save it because all of my pages are open for all of my students the whole time. So I'm just going to cancel that, but I want to show you that. Announcements. Let's see. So you can do that on any of these assessments pages. Let me see if I can find my announcements. So for announcements, you can also, all you would do is either open the announcement by clicking on the hyperlink on the title, or you can click, oh no, you can't click more options. That would delete it. Don't do that. So once you click here, then once it's open, then you can click on the 3 options. Let me see, does it have the assign to here? No, it doesn't. Let me see if it has it. Let me get out of here. Announcement will be visible until, let me see if it's down here. No, it's not. Well, I guess this is Mystera Dodo. I don't know why I can't.
Wasn't there an edit?
Well, there was, right? Let me see. Maybe I didn't see that. Let's go to that. Well, maybe it's due in May, and maybe that's what's freaking out. Let me find something that's, how about this register to vote?
No, yeah, go to the 3 dots.
To the edit, right?
And then edit.
And then scroll down.
Go down.
And there it is. Thank you. Yes. So I'm like, where did it go? Yes. So in this
now we've always had available from, but now we can also make an announcement disappear. We couldn't do that.
Absolutely. So you can make the announcements disappear. You can also have the allow liking. I disallow threaded replies only because of my personal taste. I see announcements as going out from me to them. I don't really see them as discussions, but it just depends on the kind of announcement you're sending out. If your announcement is prompting for discussion or for replies, then definitely unclick this. right here. And then here's your available from dates. And as I see here, I don't think it has an assigned to. So I'm looking at this. I would have sworn that it did.
I
So
haven't one no either.
no, you don't see it either, right? So scratch that. Announcements can't be sent just to one student. No. So let me go ahead and cancel this just so I can leave my little go register to vote thing. All right. So the other thing that we can do is you can always search the Canvas guides. And what I'm going to do is copy this here, and I'm going to, let me show you where that is. So what I put in was, how do I assign a module to individual sections or students? And it seems tricky, but really this is the assign to function. And I am going to copy this link. Let me see if I can get in there. Oops, that's the wrong thing. And copy, let me see if it did that. I have like a screen behind this here. So, and let me send that. Did it go through? Yes, Canvas guides. Da, 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 da. And so this here will show you then how to do that with the modules and the assign to function. And it walks you through how to do this to assign to individual students or even sections if you have a cross-listed section. The other thing, and it shows you how to do it here in the settings, and the save button, is that on the side, it has other helpful information, like how do I assign a module content item from the module index page, for example, and then all these other things you already know, how to lock a module, all of that, how to move record, but it does have other fun features there. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to send this little video clip to the onliners, and then I will also send a hyperlink to this Canvas page, because as much, and I'm going to stop share here. As much as I work with Canvas a lot, sometimes I'm trying to find something in Canvas guides and I just cannot find it. So I hope you find this quick video helpful. Feel free to reach out. I'm happy to meet with you one-on-one or in groups and address any topic you have, and we'll brainstorm it out. So thank you.